Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today you can see we've got the M6 flying around Paul Ricard. Really fast circuit, great circuit as well to drive. I've not had the pleasure of driving it in real life yet, but that's something I do plan to do next year. But you can see this M6 looks stunning, absolutely stunning. It looks to me like they've worked on the textures as well. I know some of you are mentioning, the textures don't look quite right in replays and stuff like that, but if you look here, I haven't changed any graphic settings, and the cars look really good in the replays. So it's interesting to see if they've done something there. But in terms of the driving, the track feels great, circuit feels great, and the car feels good as well. It's a very understeery car, I'd say, is this car's nature. I mean, you look at the size of it, there's a whole lot of car to turn, so it's always going to struggle at the low speed, especially the last sector here at Paul Ricard. The high speed sections though, it's really good, very good balance, high speed, very predictable as well, which is a hint of understeer, but it does give you a lot of confidence to really attack the entry of the corner and carry the speed in. Here's a nice third gear medium speed corner, so we can take a lot of curve on the left. Very important that, as it sets you up for the right, and again you'll be on the curb on the right and on the left on the exit. So important to use the curbs at Paul Ricard. I mean, it just opens up the corner so much more. You can carry the speed in, especially there as well. So carrying the speed all the way through the left, and now you pick up the power, keep the speed up, drop it down a gear, gently on the power on the way out. Just try not to get too much traction control interference, because it's obviously going to limit the exit, but you still want to be getting on the power as hard as you can, and nice and flat, full power through that left-hander, and onto this very, very long straight at Paul Ricard. I think one of the longest straights in the world. And yeah, we're going to be getting up to about 280 kilometers an hour, which is very quick obviously for a GT car, but a very fast 90-degree right at the end of the straight. So it's just a soft brake as you turn in, and down one gear to fifth gear, and then just picking up the power at the apex. So you see here, ready and brake now, down a gear, power, and then opening the steering, driving all the way to the outside there. It's a tricky complex here, so just a right that never seems to end. I got it really nice on this lap, really smooth on the entry there, just picked up the power at the right time, so I was quite happy with that. Here, got to straighten that wheel before you brake, so you see I just momentarily popped the wheel straight, and there I had a little bit of a slide actually on the exit of the corner, which definitely lost me time. So when we come back to the next lap, you'll see how it's done properly when you don't make the mistake, but I thought it would be good to show you a couple of laps anyway, see some slight differences. But yeah, that last sector I didn't quite hook up many of the apexes, so a little bit of overdriving, just wanting a bit too much speed on the way in. So in the next lap I managed to bring it back a little bit and get a better run through the last sector, which found me a bit of time. So that was the quickest lap I've done so far on the game. So I've been on it a few times with this car, not too much, but yeah, just getting used to the feeling of it. A bit more curb at turn one that lap, a bit more exit curve there as well, and I was actually about the same on the Delta. You can't see the Delta because it's a replay, but on the actual game itself I was about equal on the Delta. But yeah, these laps did really hooked them up well, to be honest. So you can see here, going right onto the back straight, trying to get the best exit we can, just squeezing that power on all the way around to the left, and then through that curb and onto the back straight. And when we get to that tight left where I made the mistake last lap, you actually see when I get it nice, I find a big gain on the exit, obviously because the car isn't sliding. It actually found me about 3/10 on top of this lap, so I ended up getting a low 56.4, which I was pretty happy with, considering done no setup work on the car at all. It's just the baseline setup. But yeah, coming up to this staggering fast right hand corner, very fast. Just got to trust the car's going to make it. Ran a little bit wider there, but again, very hard to find the time around this circuit. It's very hard. So you see there, just a little bit too early on the brakes, but managed to keep the speed up with a touch of throttle. So here was where I really found the time though. So you see, just waiting and kept off the power, waited a little bit longer, and then gently got onto it after I was off the curb. And coming off the curb allows the car to set, and once the car's set, you can get on the power without it wheel spinning or without it sliding. And you see here, bring it back to the left apex, just be a bit more patient with the power, and then just bring it in a bit earlier there. Nice exit, and then onto straight, and yeah, I could see the Delta getting better and better, so I finished about 3 or 4 tenths up on that last lap. So yeah, it was a good lap. We're going to head straight onto a race now though, so you can see we're already on the grid, ready to go, rolling, and It's the first race I did in the M6, so it was a bit of a learning curve, but you'll see it's just like the Misano race review I did recently. It's very intense. The AI are quick. They are set up to be quick, so that's to be expected. But yeah, in my first race in the car on the sim, I did actually struggle a little bit. Actually fell backwards and didn't quite know how hard you could push on the first lap. It was all a learning still. So you can see the M6 just fair and square, did me around the outside. So yeah, that was a note to make mentally for the next lap, that this car can go a little bit quicker through there on the opening laps. A lot of concertinaing as well at Paul Ricard. You get that a lot. That first sector's got a lot of small breaks where you kind of slow the speed down quite a lot, and really the group can condense quite quickly. Here we're actually in double tow as well. You can see the Walkenhorst car in front and the next Audi in front as well. So we actually got a double tow there. Perfect tow by the Walkenhorst car and then straight behind Van Thor. And yeah, just cruise past at 283 kilometers an hour. What I wasn't expecting to happen was this, which was both the guys to go straight around the outside of me. So I was a bit taken back by that. Had to kind of adjust my thinking for the next lap, because I could see they were definitely a little bit quicker there. And I was a little bit quicker through this section here. Slight bump with the Audi. Not quite sure why he braked at the apex, but there you go. But yeah, so I felt at the high speed 90-degree right-hander at the end of the straight, I could carry maybe a bit more speed in than I did. So next up I tried to adjust to that, but the speed the AI were carrying in was crazy. So yeah, really had to learn to adjust to that. Went for an opportunistic move there until the Audi hit me, and then the BMW bumped me, so lost out to the Audi, and then was back under pressure by the BMW again. You can also see in the mirror there's a Lambo there behind me as well. So a real mix of cars. Now we're getting more updates from the game. There's a lot more cars in it, so these races have got different types of cars that are, some are better on the brakes, some are better down the straights. So you can see there the Lamborghini and the BMW fighting behind us, while I had a massive slide. So yeah, a lot was going on in this race. Really a bit of a crazy race, to be honest. But aren't they always the best, eh? You can see the BMWs on my right there with that right hand arrow. You can see I was just being careful and didn't want to turn across him, but managed to keep the position until then. So he got on my inside here, couldn't really do anything now. It was a bit of a sitting duck there, so thought I'd get a good exit here, use the curve on the left, keep my foot in, bit of a slide but not too much. And now tyres up temperature, there's less of a gain on that back straight, because I got a similar exit to the BMW in front, but still got in the tow, and went over to the left, try and get on the racing line where there's least marbles and going to be the most grip. So keeping the racing line all the way down here, keep it going. BMW looks like he's pretty much behind me, so I think it's good. I can carry good speed in, and then suddenly he's there. It's yeah, pretty crazy. So I just kept my foot in and joined back there, but very tricky to try and keep up with these cars at certain parts of the track. But then you see there, caught them loads there, really caught up quicker than I expected. So I'm now on the outside for the next corner, which I then missed the turning point for. So yeah, it was a very up and down race. Learning a lot as I was going about both the sim, the track and the car as well. So we're coming up towards the final lap now, I believe, and again felt very slow here. I really felt like I could have nipped up the inside, but again I was worried I'd get a poor exit and then lose out to the BMW on this straight. So it's kind of a tricky experience to get your head around. But 2 laps of really good racing there, and hard fought for every position. I was actually obviously falling back quite a few, but I think it's good to show these kind of things. It shows how hard it is. But now we're on the charge to try and catch up with the BMW. So heads down, pushing as hard as we can, make sure we're getting all the apexes, getting nice clean exits onto the straights. And that was a nice first 2 corners there. Good use of curb, same there, good use of curb. Could have gone a little bit quicker in, but still good enough. Just catching this BMW slightly now in this sector. Again, the lower speed sectors, I said I felt I was a little bit quicker, but the high speed I couldn't keep with them at this stage. But yeah, onto that back straight now, and the race kind of stayed roughly where it is. Couldn't quite catch the BMW and pass him, but there you go. I hope you've enjoyed the video anyway, guys, and be sure to check out the next one.